Hi guys, thanks so much for chatting with me this morning. Kevin, we talked right before West Side Story came out, so it's great that I get a chance to catch up with you now that the season is out as
I
well.
know, right? It's great to see you again.
This one is a finale like no other. And Jasper, this season you've been absolutely brilliant as Julia.
Thank you.
She and Smurf, though, are like oil and water at this point. Is it because she sees her mom pushing her away, or is it because she feels like she needs her independence?
For Julia, I think from the beginning, when it comes down to it, she just wants to keep Andrew safe. And she knows and realizes that that is not Smurf's kind of, that's not Smurf's direction. Smurf just kind of wants to use us all and see what she can get out of us and, making the family bigger and making more money. And it's not really about how well we're all doing mentally. It's about just getting kind of social climbing to the next place. And I think for me, it's just butting heads from the beginning because I know she just doesn't want what's best for us.
Well, Kevin, we saw Pope not say a single thing while his sister gets tossed out on the street. What kind of advice or what kind of information did they give you about that particular scene and kind of what you were feeling? Because I'm a twin, and I know if that was going on with my sister, my heart would be devastated and I'd be, crawling towards her.
Yeah, I think it's like jumping off of what Jasper said. I think it's just a testament to how Smurf just is in all of our heads. We have like Julia and Andrew have this bond. Sorry, Julia and Pope have this bond, and I think it's just really it shows in that moment that when it comes to like Pope, Smurf has just kind of taken over his I think his just how his perspective on everything. So I think when he sees his twin really getting pulled, getting thrown out of the house, I think it takes everything in him to not go. But that's just it's Smurf just got he's all in his head.
Yeah.
We saw, though, a few episodes back that Pope kind of gives Julia a little bit of a kiss, and I'm wondering, was
Yeah.
Yeah.
that something because he's seen his mom kiss his brothers so naturally that way, or is it part of Pope's confusion of where the line is drawn between family?
I think it's both. I think it's definitely both. I think Smurf has created this really intimate relationship with family when it comes to just how you show affection. This whole season I think we see one of the things that they had told us initially. They said that this is kind of the season when the hormones start to kind of get stirred up and the animals start to mature and feel like they are more adults and can make these decisions. But in reality, there's still kids just trying to figure this out. But especially, I think with Pope, his relationships are only his family. I don't think he has any friends. It's really just Julia, Andrew, and Julia, Bass, and Smurf. So I think it's confusion. I think it's just him just acting on what he feels in his gut, and he doesn't see it as something that's wrong. So I think that moment was a risk for him to take. And then how Julia reacted really just because there's also in that moment he's so scared that Julia is going to leave him. One like the person that he just loves unconditionally. He doesn't know how to express that, except for how Smurf has shown him how to. Yeah.
Jasper, we're in quite a dire place here for Julia where she begins to spiral.
Mhm.
And I know that she seeks some help from Baz and is turned away.
Yeah.
Why does she feel like he owes her based on him turning her away before when Darren and Craig are there with her?
I think with that scene too, because it's also like me and Darren discussed that scene a lot. Like, luckily, we all got so insanely close. Like, we all got cast together, and we all got really close, and it was just such a joy getting to work together. But I think it comes down to, yes, like what us getting together for that period and me finding him, and it was all very like traumatizing and awful. But before that, we grew up together. and we're family. So I think for me in that, like, yes, we're not related family, but I just think, yes, this happened, but if I come to him, like, he'll have my back. And I realized quite quickly that he does not have my back, and Smurf has turned everybody against me. And it's crazy filming that when you have such good relationships with everyone, because when we were doing those scenes and like when Darren turns me away and when Kevin Pope like doesn't come to help me, like it hurts because I like loved them so much. It just feels so real. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's also what continues to make Animal Kingdom, or what has made Animal Kingdom such a fan favorite series over the years, because you really invested in these characters. These are people who, while they're obviously not real, you feel the visceral reaction to their roles. And I think both of you are portraying the younger version of them so well. I mean, Kevin, you talked to me about how you and Sean sort of related to each other and created the popes together, but at the same time, Jasper, you didn't have anyone to mirror Julia after.
I mean, it's almost like you can look at it. I mean, it's crazy to me because yes, I had no one to go off of, but I had just like so many people who they talk about her so much throughout the show, and you get all these little bits and pieces that I felt like I had parts of her. And then when I got the scripts each week and was, you know, working with my coaches and music and everything, it all came together so well for me because I just feel like I have pieces of her in me. And with Kevin and everyone else, I feel like having to really find the people that you're playing the younger versions of and mimicking them can be so difficult. And so there's the other side of that. And it's like both can be difficult, but in their own ways. But I just felt very lucky that I got full reign with Julia. I got to really just deep dive in with her, and I didn't really have tons to go off of. So I got to like play around a lot.
Well, I think it's so bittersweet here. We come to the ending of the series, and we come to the end of the life of Julia as well. Talk about, did you come across Finn at all while you were on set and going like, my son?
Oh my gosh, it's so funny too because like when I got cast, they had me come to set because like they dyed my hair for the show, and basically I came to set and they wanted to test things, and Finn was filming the scene where it's the first episode, and the scene where like I come in and it's like cutting in between like me looking in the mirror and him looking in the mirror, and then like I'm laying on the bed and then he's laying on the bed, and it's like jumping back and forth from 92 to current time. In the first episode he was filming that scene, so like they brought me in and I got to like hang out with him while he was filming that scene, and then the week later I was filming that scene. So and he's a sweetheart, so it was really nice and funny to walk on set and people be like, you guys actually like really look alike, and I was like, hey, casting did their job, it's awesome.
Yes. For both of you, what does it mean to you to be a part of such an intense, integral, visceral, as we mentioned, series that people have come to love so much?
Well, I would say I knew of Animal Kingdom a little bit, and then before our final callback, I really dove into really binging the show and really getting Pope. But I think it wasn't until I mean, maybe Jasper can agree, when we got to set and we had like our first day of set, like it wasn't just the actors, and like it was the crew and the family of the crew. Like it was like you really felt that Animal Kingdom family, who had the crew usually through seasons changes a lot, and this crew actually stayed the same for the majority of the season. So I think it was it was my first day on set that I felt like I felt that Animal Kingdom kind of energy within the crew and that family. I think that was then a testament to the parallel of the audience that also kind of, you know, comes to this show. So I think, you know, it's not just the actors, it's the whole crew that kind of comes together. So to be welcomed into that family and to have everyone be, I think the crew especially we're all so excited to see us do our 1992 scenes, because this is like Julia, like, oh my God, I was about to say like Julia said, like Jasper said, everyone has been talking about Julia for so long, and like you wonder how Pope got to where he is and what Smurf was like to bring this family into this like crime family. So I think that energy is something that I felt on set, and yeah, it's an honor to be a part of the Animal Kingdom crew.
I mean, that casting crew, again, I'm just going to second it, like incredible. It is, you know, you work on a lot of different sets. I have never been on anything of that caliber too. And just, it was a well-oiled machine. Everybody knew what they were doing. Like there was just no messing around, and everyone was just so lovely and welcoming, which, you know, sometimes in LA and on set with a bunch of different actors and stuff is not always the case. And so coming onto the set and actually having the other, like the current day cast, like Jake and Finn or other people coming up to us and being like, we're really excited about your storyline, like this is awesome, and I'm just being like not expecting it at all and being so welcomed in was amazing. And then also the fan base I got to see a little bit because I went to the Oceanside Film Festival where they like showed an episode 3, and I got to like go on with Sean and do a couple questions, and the fans are just so dedicated and so sweet and love each character so much that we're very lucky that our first like big project we got to do with such an amazing group of people.
Yeah.
Well, you both embodied these characters so well that I wanted Julia to go to school and, you know, have a life outside of this family. And you just broke every part of your heart for Andrew Pope at this level of his life. So both of you, thank you so much for your portrayals and for being a part of this wonderful series. I'm glad I got a chance to chat with you about it.